I think that women are struggling more than men to have access to positions of power and leadership. And in my personal experience, as a student in art history, I wanted to work in museums in the preservation field. And for that, in France, you have to pass a very competitive exam. And you have an oral presentation. You present yourself and your studies, etc. And I presented my researches on women artists. And I was trying to be very neutral. I only talked about my researches, not my personal opinion, not my feminist point of view. And I failed the exam. And afterwards, you can ask for a kind of notes where the examiners tell you what was the problem, why you failed at the exam. And in my case, in my notes, they wrote that I was too militant. So it was very shocking for me because I was really trying to be neutral. And for them, it was like just telling women it's being militant. So it was, really, really shocking for me. And I realized that when you talk about women, you are like categorized as a militant, and it's not the same when you study male artists. In my field, which is museums and preservation of art, I think that the art world is changing, but it's still very unequal. For example, men have access to positions of power and leadership, when women are expected in jobs that require gentleness, precision, like restoration, or jobs that are related to others, like art mediation. And these jobs are less considered and less paid than the positions of power. So there is an unequal opportunity between men and women when they are studying the same thing, for example, art history. I think that in museums, one of the main obstacles is the lack of representativeness of women. We can see a lot of women represented in the works of arts, but very often naked, very few women in positions of action, and very few women artists exhibited in the rooms of the museums. So it reminds me of the famous poster by the Guerrilla Girls, when they ask, do women have to be naked to get into the Metropolitan Museum? And it's still the case nowadays, but things are changing little by little. There are more and more museums that hold exhibitions, conferences, or workshops about women artists. And little by little, it's changing, but it's very slow because you have to think all over again the speech about art, to buy more pieces realized by women, and I think it's very necessary to do this work.